quick detour for my game dev, just for a quick, I won't say quick, it'll probably be about an hour. I'm going to go from, hopefully it won't be more than an hour. This is going to be a vibe code attempt. Now, what do I expect from it? Very little. But I'll call it a ninja vibe coding because it's going to be kind of complex. We're going to really find out what Gemini will give me. I've got, what is it? AI, Gemini AI. Let's go see. Let's see. What is it? Oh yeah, I've heard that this, if you're not using the AI one, this one's kind of weird. You don't know for sure what you're getting. See, this just has 2.5 preview. You don't know if it's, what does new mean? So there's another one. Oh, it's AI Studio. That's the one I want. I'm going to go here. Now, I can only do so much, right? Because this is the 5.6, the May 5.6 thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a video. All right. So what that means is I'm going to go down here, and this is going to be quick. I don't expect to make this too complicated, but I'm going to try and do it with a video. Which essentially means, apparently this can take videos, and it's pretty smart. What I've been told, anyway, it's pretty smart. So I'm going to open. Let's put this out of the way for now, and then we're gonna go. I'm gonna start a recording. Actually, first let's open my. How are we gonna do this? Yeah, let's. I don't know if it can even read images, but we're going to try this. I'm going to open up my OneNote. We're going to call this. Did I even have? I may already have a game that I wanted to try. Let's see. This was a concept I heard somebody was trying way back, and the game never came out. So therefore, I thought, well, this could be cool, and I kept looking for it and looking for it and looking for it, and they never released it. So I don't know if the game died on the vine, or in fact, I don't even know for sure what it was going to do. I just heard of a concept, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool. But really, the idea is, all right, here we go. Let's see here. All right, contact for convention marketing. The idea is it's a fitness app, okay? And I'm trying to find, these are some of my game things I have planned. All these are board game ideas, though. Yeah, no. This is the other video game I had in mind. Okay, so we're going to actually just create a new one, I guess. I just want a place to write it down. So it doesn't really, we'll go here and we'll go a new section. And we're going to call this one, yeah, okay. Call this one. What do I want to call this? We'll call it Kingdom Run. Sure, Kingdom Run. We'll call it Kingdom Run. Whatever. This is the vibe idea. Okay. So the reason I wanted to use this is because I have my other device here. Okay, well, signed in then. And this will allow me to draw. And of course, drawing is kind of the crucial way. Sheesh. Let me. Gotta get this thing on. Well, gotta get this thing connected first. Okay, let's see if I can get things connected here. You know what all this is. Don't know. I'm trying to get my app going here. Hold on. I should probably restart this. Ultimately, I mean, I want to do this so I can draw. Now, apparently, this Gemini can take a video and even recognize images. Now, I don't know how good it's going to do. I don't know what its thought process is. But we're going to try this. And what I'm going to do is... But I want to do it with my other device here, because I can put my hand on the device. And, you know, draw. It's easier to draw than trying to draw on my screen here. And I don't like drawing on a slippery screen with my arm fully extended. It's too much. But if I put it here, I can save it, have the video. It'll work this pretty close to the same way. So I just got to get this to let me log in. Hopefully, once it's connected, we'll be good to go. Hopefully it doesn't have an update or some crazy thing that's going to cause me consternation here. All right, so I gotta check. Blah. Hold on. Probably could check it on there. This is going to be part of my hour. I'm planning to do this within an hour, so maybe I'll have to cut off the chaff later if this actually ends up being something worth keeping. So we'll go. I don't understand why. see if I can get everything to synchronize on here, and then. Oh, God. Serious? I don't know, maybe not. I can't figure out why I can't connect my account right now. Freaking A. It won't let me connect my account. What the frick, man? What are you talking about? I am too connected. What is going on? Oh, freaking A, man. What is going on? I don't know. Apparently I can't use my device. It doesn't want to let me log into my computer anymore. Alright, we're gonna have to hard code kill this, I guess. So I don't know. I can't get onto my device apparently. It's not gonna let me. I mean, I'm on my device, but it won't let me log into OneNote for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on. Well, don't know. Just give it up. It's time to move on. Guess I'm doing it this way. All right, so the only way I can do that is I got to enable my other screen. Let's go here. We're going to go to display settings. And just what this really means is I'm just going to be very, very bad art. Very, very bad art. Worse than my normal bad art because it's just really hard to write on this screen. But it is what it is. So we got to enable this. And then I'm going to take this guy. So I wait for this to hold. Can I grab my screen now? Okay. So I'm going to put this down here now. All right, so you should be able to see this still. Yep. And then we're going to close this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a picture. Now this is really lame. The game is going to be cool when if it does everything it's supposed to. But here we go. I'm going to basically state what I want to do. Hey, Nintendo. So this is the plan. I'm going to do a quick recording. I'm going to start recording on my own video here. And then I am going to attempt to create a vibe coding video, basically telling the system what it is. I'm going to hide this thing too. There we go. And while I'm at it, I'm going to turn me off because I don't want this on the video. I don't want it distorting what it's seeing. So what is that? Why is that all out of whack? How come it changed? Oh, changed when I added my other device. Weird. Okay, so I'm going to have to fix that later. Another thing to fix. All right. Hopefully, I'll just enlarge this to use most of my screen. Okay, so here it goes. I'm going to start recording and state what I want and draw out kind of the gist of it. Save the recording and put it on YouTube and see what Gemini creates from this. Okay, so basically it's supposed to be an audio version. Gemini 2.5. I saw somebody do something similar. This is going to be a little bit more complex than what I saw on YouTube, but I'm going to try it because I'm curious. A little more complex, not as complex as what I'm doing in my game, but this is a game of a much more basic idea, and I want to see how good this can be. Now I'm basically assembling the whole thing in my head, so that in itself could make this take longer. So I got to think about it a little bit. So this game it's a GPS game that'll use locations. I want them to be in varied places, like landmarks, parks, some stores. Okay, let's try this. All right, here it goes. Here it goes. On your marks, get set. Let's take this off. I don't want anything in here cluttering the feedback, so that's why I'm cutting out as much as I can from my screen here. I don't want Gemini give me an excuse that I didn't understand what I was writing. So we're gonna go like that. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn this off too. Everything's got to be off. I don't want, like I said, I don't want anything cluttering the output. There we go. I have no idea. Probably Java, because it's going to be for Android, and I think Java is probably the best. I don't know what other languages are good for programming. I think, can you do Go? Maybe I'll do Go. Can you do Go in for a native Android GPS application? What languages are most application? Yeah, whatever. Go away. Are most common. Kotlin, Java, C++, Python, and Dart. Ooh, do I want to do Python? I don't want to do C++. Screw that. The official language for Android development, offering modern syntax and seamless integration with Android APIs. Eek. Kotlin or Java. I know nothing of Kotlin. I know as much Kotlin as I knew Go when I started using Go, which is this much. I would recognize Java before I'd recognize Kotlin. I have no idea. But sure, let's write Kotlin. Why not? It's a vibe app anyway, right? It's not like I'm actually gonna. In fact, I 100% expect this will not work out the gate. Yes, it'll probably generate some code, but it will not work out the gate. There's no way. Zero chance. For one, I don't even know what. I mean, how do I even test a Kotlin app? Do I need to have some kind of emulator? Oh my gosh. To use Kotlin, how do I test AI generated code. To use Kotlin, how do I test AI generated code? Can do I need an Android Kotlin emulator, or can I use VS Code? For an actual Android app, using Android Studio is your best bet. Oh, see, this is going to be a thing. I'm going to have to, if I'm going to do that, then I need to download, oh gosh. This is supposed to be a 1-hour stream, but I'm obviously not ready to be a 1-hour streamer. Oops, sorry, pressed the wrong button. I had, click, restart. All right, so, my bad, sorry about that. All right, so let's see, what was it? Android Studio? Android Studio. Download now, Android Studio. Apparently I need this in order for this to work, so. Meerkat feature drop. Develop. Download Android Studio Meerkat feature drop. How about just try Gemini in Android Studio? Okay. Design Intel. I just want, how do I, where's the Android Studio? Is that it? The Meerkat, try Android Studio Cloud. Oh, there's a cloud version. Try Android Studio Cloud directly in your browser, accessing through Firebase Studio. Streamline your workflow with skip local installations. Try the early, oh, that's early access preview. I don't want to know early access. Yeah, I guess it's this. I don't know. Android Studio Meerkat feature drop. It doesn't feel like the right thing. Sure, it's gonna let me go with keep. Come on, log in. Let's do this, man. I've already used 25 of my 60 minutes I was gonna use. Android Studio. Oh, is that the cloud one? I don't want the cloud one. I want to download it. Oh, okay, IDE. Download. That must be this. It must just be this. Meerkat drop? Sure. Android Studio Meerkat feature drop before downloading. Accepting. Jeez. I don't want Android Studio. Okay, so I guess that is it. All right. I earned an Android Studio user badge. Yes! Oh, wow. What will I ever do with that? Yeah. Probably, this thing probably takes an hour to install, huh? All I wanted to do was the vibe code, and I could do the vibe code while this is installing, because it's just going to generate a bunch of code. And then I'll take that code when this is done installing and put it in. Maybe it'll have to be a two-parter, because really I just wanted to do the vibe code and see what it comes out with. So I don't really have to have this to do that part, but I do want to get it installed. So I'll get it going on the install, and then I'll go do the vibe code. Because again, I don't really think this is it's not gonna work. No, I already have a Google login. Oh, you mean on my app? Hey Rambo, yes, no, yeah, yes, no, no. I'm setting up. Well, okay, so let me step back. This stream, this little we'll call it a streamlet, totally detours from my game. But yes, the last thing I'm working on my stream on the game is getting my authentication working on the Unity application, on the Android application. The Android application needs to have authentication because I noticed that as I was working on the playbook, I forgot all my backend stuff requires a user ID. If you're not logged in, I have no user ID. So I said, oh, well, I guess I have to create the authentication pages in Unity so that people can get into the game and create a user. So that's what I've been doing yesterday and today. And I've kind of got the 2 pages. I've got the register and the user account page set up. And this little detour was just because it was more of a proof of concept, something in my head. I wanted to see how vibe coding worked. So I said, I'm going to do this little stream. I do this every now and then where I create a random other thing just because I wanted to. Like the other day I created this. I don't know if you saw my my little counter here. Let me pop it up here. So, and I took the reason my video isn't on right now of me is because I'm going to do this vibe code, and it's one where you're allowed to create a video, and then you feed it to Gemini, and Gemini determines what it needs to do from the video. So I'm trying to create a video without any distractions, no video of me, no other stuff. But I created this. This is my last little vibe code. I made this last Friday. Well, actually, I made it over the weekend because I had to spend some time on getting it optimized, because nothing ever works the first time you do it. But this was what I created. It's a little football field subscriber follower counter, and my goal and the user amounts. And I thought it came out pretty cool. So I made this with vibe coding last week. It never works the first time you do it. So you have to tweak this and that. And I ended up spending like 2 extra days on it just to get it to do what I want, work correctly. But now I even made it so it was compilable, so it could theoretically be distributed if I wanted to now. Because I made it into an app that all you have to do is start the server, set the browser settings in OBS, and it'll be your goal counter for your subscribers. So if I have a big push to, I haven't proven that it works because I haven't got a new subscriber in either one since I created it. But I get what I just need one person to subscribe, and I can check to see if the numbers change. But I know it's pulling the data from those, and it is reiterating. I know that too because I saw it change. But I don't know. Yeah, they're pretty cool. And this one I created because I simply wanted one that was football themed since I'm building a football game. And I set it up to compile. Hey 504, you can't test it. You're already a subscriber on both Twitch and YouTube. You can't test it. I guess that's true. You can unsubscribe and resubscribe. I guess that's an option. But so I don't know. The only problem with stuff like that little strategy is you would have to delay. You'd have to delay long enough for it to register that I lost a subscriber. And then if you were to resubscribe, you have to, I don't know how long it takes to register that you lost a subscriber. I don't even know how long it takes to register when you do. When you gain one. All right. So that's good enough. I've installed it, but I don't really need it because, like I said, this isn't going to work on the first try. So maybe I'll make this into a 2-parter or a multi-parter. Next. Accept. Finish. All right, close enough. All right, let's go back to my Gemini AI Studio. Okay, so we're going to close this. And then I'm going to create a video that tells the command of what I want to do. Now I saw somebody do this on YouTube with the latest Gemini 2.5 Pro May 5th or May 6th edition or whatever the heck. Oh no, yeah, I have a little notification when somebody subscribes, and it pops up and tells me. I just don't know how quick the counters are to notify me. It's probably going to be instant. I expect I'll get some new subscribers soon. I would love to hit 20 on this channel. I have obviously like 190 on my Twitch channel, and I have like 160 on my other YouTube channel, and I run it on both. I actually set it up so I can have 2 YouTube and 2 Twitch. I only have 1 Twitch that I use right now, but I do have another one that I use for other things. And then I have 2 YouTube. One I use for my gaming. So on the weekends, I always use Active Mind Gamer on YouTube. Active Mind Games Dev is what I use for all this stuff. But so when I swap between the scenes on OBS, they're set up to go to the different channels. so I can actually just toggle, and it'll set the right accounts. So one uses both the correct accounts and one uses the other accounts, which is kind of cool. You've got you put videos. Oh, that's right, because you do that travel thing or something with your videos, huh? With your channel. That's cool, man. You're getting subscribers. People like that stuff, though. Coding is very it's very niche, so I can't expect too much from that. In case you don't know, which I didn't really explain, if you don't know what vibe coding is, vibe coding is basically you give AI the description of what you want and you just let it write the entire app. It's an entire application AI command, and you're basically expecting the AI to do everything. And generally, it's actually pretty good for small apps, tools, applets, that kind of thing. Not so great, in my experience, for anything that gets meaty, that has a lot of stuff. It'll try, but it pretty much will get lost and mangle. Here's the problem. One of the things with AI is it does this a lot, is if it's too big, it'll like write a bunch of code, and then you'll find that a lot of the methods and functions and stuff that it's trying to devise for the app aren't even defined. Like you'll go to compile it or look in an app and it'll go, this method doesn't exist. That method doesn't exist. This is using a different name. And AI has trouble staying in sync with even itself sometimes, even though it created all the code in one sitting and it still goes, blah. So I have that problem with my app because it's getting so big, my football game, which is actually getting pretty nice now that I've got my authentication about to run. I'm hoping by the end of today, if I get myself off this with my little detour. Let's do this. I got to do it quick because I want to do it. I don't know how long it's going to take, but all right. So start recording, and now I'm going to kind of focus on the statement. It's going to be quick. I have no idea how it's going to go, and because I'm going to be thinking of it in my head too, so I'll probably have delays, brain delays. Okay, so what I want is an Android application written in Kotlin that will be a game that uses GPS tracking on your application. So in this game, I want it to kind of have a fantasy-esque theme. And then when you're traveling through your city, you might have like various stores and parks that will have locations of encounters. So these would be your encounter locations. And these are random. We don't want any too close together. So let's say they have to be at least 200 yards apart, a minimum. We don't want them in any private locations. So we don't necessarily want them on residence, so people don't have to go to people's houses. But they can be on schools, stores, parks, or other public locations that have a minimum distance apart. Now, we don't want them everywhere all the time. So if there's more than 2 or 3 in a mile or in a block radius, we want to spread that out. The idea is that it's a fitness application where as you travel around certain locations, you gain dominion over that area. And the more times you do that area, the more dominion you gain over it. Now, you can actually have a dominion over larger areas over time. So you might have, a pizza place and, my park. And the bigger your area of dominion, the more your player earns in points. We'll call it mile points. I want this game to be able to track the mile points someone earns and the dominion points they earn, which will be what they gain from defeating certain encounters. Now, these encounters would be things like you would have to do some kind of exercise, push-ups, jumping jacks, something once you encounter something. Otherwise, you would be running. So you would be expected to, if you're running, so if your pace is more than, let's say, 4 miles an hour, let's say 5 miles an hour plus, you're considered jogging. So you get more points for jogging. Since anything above 7 miles an hour, so this has got to be able to track your speed. Well, we'll say, well, how fast do people typically run? 10 miles an hour? That would probably be pretty freaking fast. So we won't say 10 miles an hour. If you're biking, it's about the same as jogging. So any faster speed is also going to be about the same points. But you get more points for miles per hour of your jogging. The game will not register your movement if you're going more than 15 miles an hour. That is the gist of the game. So there we go. Now, this is very generic. Obviously, it's got to be thought out more. There's got to be a lot more stuff in it. But the idea is I want this to be a fitness game you can put on Android and be able to conquer areas. And the more times you conquer it, the more you control it. In other words, it's harder for someone to take it from you. That's the idea. And ultimately, I want to be able to have like other people be able to be involved. I didn't even put that in here because I didn't think it through. This is kind of like I threw it all at it at once. And maybe I'll even have to try a couple of different times. Maybe I'll take some notes on the side and give myself a full command. But I just want to see what this does. So what I go now is I'm going to go to my my folder here, and I save this somewhere over the rainbow. Let's see if I put this. I think I put it in streaming. It's probably in here. We'll say recordings. What is today? 5/8. Is it this one? Okay, that's not where I put it. So where did I put it? Let's go look at my settings. What did I record this to? Stream output. I put this. Oh, there it is recording. Why did I put it there? How come that keeps changing? I keep setting this and it keeps changing to something else. Okay, I think it's because it's a network drive, and every time I lose connection to the network drive, it wants to reset it. All right, so 5/8. It's this guy. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to my YouTube account, and we'll go to. I'm going to put this up probably, yeah, all right, I'll put it up publicly. It doesn't matter. It's probably not going to work for anything. So let's see, let's go here. I'll go to your videos. As I create, upload. I'll drag this guy over here. And we're going to go Bob GPS Fitness. And what I call it? Kingdom Run. First try. Video AI token request for Gemini 2.5 Pro May. All right, and close enough. Do I even want to say? Anything with that? No, let's just go next. 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 Sure. Public. If anybody wants to see this, they're welcome to see it. It's crap, but it's not beautiful. I should have taken more notes so I could remember all the little things, but this is just me dreaming it up in my head as I'm going, and I'm like, I'm gonna try and get this going. So I'm not even gonna post this anywhere else. Now here's the question. I don't know if this will load, to be honest. I mean, it may not be available right away. I don't know if it will or not. How long does it take for 3 minutes? It shouldn't take that long for a 3-minute, 44-second video to show up, right? Yeah, it's there. Okay. So now we're going to go, we're going to stop this because I don't want that. So we're going to go over to my Gemini AI Studio. And I have it on preview 506. That's the one I'm talking about. There you go. What do I want to say? This can be multiple colon files if needed. So see it, 65,000 tokens. Now, supposedly this can take over 1 million. So look, I have 65,000 out of 1 million, so I'm not even close. If this was a really good video that really went into detail as to what it's supposed to do, which my next try will be better, I'd probably be a couple 100,000 tokens. Still wouldn't be anywhere near 1 million because it'll be well thought out. But we'll see. Now, the question is, no, I'm using AI Studio. Mostly because the Gemini Studio, it just says Gemini Pro. It doesn't say it's the May version, so I don't know if it's the Pro or not. When it says new, it's all new. Everything up there is new. So I can't tell if it's new or not. And that's the same thing with the YouTube guy who did this before. He said he didn't know for sure if it was the preview release on Gemini Studio or on Gemini website. So he just used the AI Studio, which because you can pick and it says preview 5.6. So there you go. It's cranking out a bunch of code files for me. So the question is now I got to take all these things, download them all into my Kotlin application, which I know nothing about. I don't even know how to use Kotlin. And I'm curious what it'll do. I don't even know if it'll run, right? So we'll go new project, and we're going to go phone and tablet. Sure, why not? Empty activity, Gemini API starter, empty views. What is this? At game activity. Oh, C++ though. No, I want it to be in Kotlin. Native C++? No. Is Kotlin even a thing? Can you say? Basic views. All right, I was going to say no activity. I guess no activity. I don't know what that means. My application will be, we'll call it Kingdom Run. Kingdom Run. And save location. Nope, don't want it there. Well, we'll probably check it in, so I'll put it in my Git repos. And I'll put it in my Git repos folder. And the language is Kotlin, and I don't know what else to pick here. It all sounds good. What's the latest API? All right. Ooh, wow. Ooh. What's the latest Android? Wow, is it all the way? Are they all the way up to upside down? Wow, what is the latest Android? Alexa, what is the latest version of Android?
Android's latest version is Android 10.
10. So they haven't released these ones yet. So we'll go with 10. Actually, let's go with the one that's on my phone because I don't want to be trying to use one that I don't have. All right, let's go. Settings. Application develop. Nope. About phone. I'm using Android. Software. Android, check for updates. Nope. Well, I would have thought it was on my phone information. Rename, model, serial, available. Phone number, software information. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is the One UI version is 7. Android version is 15. So it's all the way down here. I got Android version 15. I don't know what the heck they were talking about. Android 10. What the heck? Oh, that's right, because they have information that's outdated on those AIs. Huh? All right, finish. Go to file, recent files. Whew, man, I don't know what I'm doing. So let's just go. Oh, they have Gradle in here too. Oh, wait. Wait, did it not create a kingdom run? What the heck? What did it do? Git repos. Oh, it didn't do. Ah, that was dumb. All right, so, well, that's lame. It didn't create a folder for Kingdom Run. I thought it was going to create a folder for it. So now I got to take all this crap and move it. Close, exit, terminate. I don't even. What the heck, man? Why did it crash out like that? I don't even know which of these files belong. I guess. Oh, I don't even know which of these files. Pretty much everything that isn't an app probably belongs in there. So I'll just go like this. And then we'll say nope. 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 And nope. And all the rest of these probably go inside of here. There we go. Alright, so now that should be what I'm supposed to have. And we will attempt to see. Yep. I don't even know how to open this. What the heck, man? Android Studio. Meerkat feature drop. Let's go ahead and paste this on my pin to taskbar. Do you want to allow public I just want to go in here. All right, I have no idea what is. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I don't know what I'm doing. Download info. This is. Can't even navigate this thing. Close project. How do I? New projects. Settings for run, configure, default project. Nope. Project. New project. Let's just screw this, man. Starting over. Kingdom Run. And then we're gonna go. It's gotta go. Oh, God, this is stupid. What a pain, man. Git repo and kingdom run. Okay. This time we're going to put it in the folder I want. Close this thing. There. That's what I want. Okay. Now, I got to go over to my Gemini thing here. Gave me a bunch of stuff, which holy moly. So this is what it generated in the, wow. Is there a way? We'll likely have several Colton files. Yeah, we will. All right, so how do okay, is there a way to like download all of these at once? Use with caution. It's like, hey, we gave you a bunch of code. Good luck. All right, so let's create the folder structure that it suggests. All right, so we got Kingdom Run. Okay, so we're gonna go with a new folder here. New. Dude, they don't even have folders. How do you? What the heck is a? Oh my gosh, I am so out of my depth here, folks. So out of my depth. All right. Kingdom Run. All right, so what do I just go here and say new? You can't even create a folder. Oh, directory is what it's called. Oh, okay. Call a directory. So main, is it KT? Oh, maybe it's just main activity. Main entry point. Oh, maybe that's, oh wait, let's go. Let's go view models. I don't think, I think the view models is the folder. Can you do this thing like you can in VS Code where you can do both? Actually, let's go, let's actually go escape. I want to see if you can do the same thing you can do in, so if I go Kotlin file and type, VS Code lets you do this thing, view models / map view model.kt. Ah, it worked, okay. So the first thing it did was view models.kt. Is that a thing? Counter, player, locations. Didn't even create that. Didn't even create a view models. Location service. All right, well, I don't know what these are, but I'm gonna have to create, let's go with, can I just save them? Let's go like this. New directory models. Oh no, not like that. Cancel it. All right, refactor. All right, so models. All right, so we have this models. Let's say download. No, it's not going to tell me. Oh, it didn't even give it the same name. Didn't even give it the name. It's going to be geopoint.kt. Oh, this is going to be fun. Open file. Nope. Screw it. This is, all right, we're going to go copy. And we're going to go over here. This is more work. This is more than I expected. I would just like to download all these files as the files, but it's not going to let me do that. Geopoint. Geopoint.kt. Finally, I got something. All right, so now we're going to go encounter.kt. New file. Is it smart enough not to need the KT and counter? Nope. You need to put KT on it. .kt. And then we'll copy this. kind of weird. How come that one isn't a KT? Geopoint.kt. I thought I named it KT. I'm so confused. How come some of these... I don't know, I think the iconage is broken. All right, so player.kt. New file. Player.kt. I'll copy that one. There's probably a bunch. This is a big detour. I'm going to copy these files in. I don't know if I'm going to continue. I do need to get to working on my authentication on the other thing, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. But this will be like part one of a big step. Hello? What just happened? Hello? Where am I? What is going on? How'd I end up over here? I don't know what just happened. It just, out of the blue, went to whatever this is. Okay, I don't like this app. What the heck just happened? I'm suddenly here and it doesn't have any of my code. What the heck is this? Like everything, it's like my files are here, but they just they're over here now. And they're not in my folder structure. What the heck, man? Hierarchy? No. I don't know what just happened. Just out of the blue, it decided to totally, it's like everything just vanished. It's just, I got app now and Gradle scripts. I have no idea where these are. I don't even know how they're, the files kind of exist, but I don't know what happened to everything. It's like some stuff is here. What is going on? Project. Oh, there it is. That is so weird. Okay. Holy moly, McMullions. What was that nonsense all about? Okay. So I got encounter, geopoint, and player. And then I have to do Dominion area. Sure, we'll call it Dominion area. New file. And when you download, it just gives you a generic blah. It doesn't actually Dominion area.kt. We're going to copy this, put it here. And we got, oh, so I got to create a new folder. New file. This one's going to be called utils/constants.pt. I go down here, copy, paste. Go back into utils. New file. Location. Utils.pt. So there's something about the code in these that's determining what these do. Encounter generator. Ooh, that's a big one. Probably should do a save. Save project. Prepare, save all. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to have crucial part simplified. Crucial part simplified. Okay. New file. And this will be services location service.kt. All the way down here. Copy. And this one's going to be main activity. Oh yeah, they just had this one be at the top level. New file. Main activity .kt. And lots of stuff. This is definitely interesting because I know nothing. I know nothing, Jon Snow, of I know nothing of Kotlin, and this is like, it's like I'm looking at a foreign language. View models and utils. So it has these files, but what it doesn't have is a place for this one. It's like a main activity, but then it has this thing, which is Android manifest XML. Whatever the heck that is. New file. Android manifest.xml. Key parts. Okay. Honestly, I may know less about Kotlin than I knew about Go. The reason is, for one, Go is still a PC-driven language, and I've never done anything on a mobile device other than Unity, which I haven't really done on a device. I've been doing it here and whatever. But so this is a different language for a different platform. Res, layout. Is there a res folder here? So that means I have to create a new file. New file. We're going to call it res/layout/activity_main.xml. Okay. What does that mean? Till next Gradle sync? Design editor is unavailable until next Gradle sync? What the heck is a Gradle sync? What do you mean it's unavailable till next Gradle sync? What is that? What is that nonsense? So do I just sit here and wait? What's a Gradle sync? do I do? Can you click Gradle Sync? What is that? Gradle Sync. Sync project with Gradle files. Sync project with Gradle files? Save all. What does this do? Failed to initialize editor. Oh my gosh. What does that mean? Sync project with Gradle files. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't seem to be a thing. All right, so I'll create activity main XML somewhere else. That doesn't seem to be working. Let's go new file. We'll just call it activity underscore main.xml. It doesn't like the folder I created, the res layout thing. I don't know why. Okay, so these are the things I'll need for notes. Let's create a new file. We're going to call this one AI notes.txt. And then we're going to just take all this, because I have a good idea that none of this is going to work. There's no way it works. There's zero chance this is going to work. All right, API key. You'll need to get a Google Maps API key and add it to your Android manifest. The main activity includes basic permission requests. Ensure this is robust. Encounter generation logic. The encounter generator is basic. Checking for public locations is a major challenge. You might need to integrate with points of interest data. Okay, well that's fine. Dominion system implementation. This is very conceptual. You'll need to define how areas are claimed. Grid areas on a map, dynamic polygons based on travel, and how strength is calculated and visualized. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. I forgot to give it that. So strength is going to be calculated by the number of times you cycle an area. So basically, you can own a small dominion. You can also own a big dominion. Big dominions are harder to take because somebody literally has to run that route more than you. And they can get more power in taking it with speed, but you can also fortify it by running more times it yourself. So the idea is that people can own like lots of different areas. Just by changing them up a little bit, you can own various locations. But one area encompasses the others. So I have these ideas that small areas produce little income. Big areas produce more income. And the bigger your area is, the more you can take from, the more income you can generate, because it's going to generate even from the smaller locations. So if you totally encapsulate other locations, other people's locations, you'll get income from their locations. And so obviously bigger is better. So if you run a 5-mile loop, you're going to get more. And you have to be totally encased or have the exact same route run in order for you to lose your area. You can never lose it completely, and you have to be totally encased in order to be forced to pay. But that's my idea. So it's going to be more, it's going to generate more. This is just kind of a conceptual, like it says, a lot of this probably doesn't even work. Data persistence, use room database to save your player progress. What's a room database? And dominion area, so data isn't lost when the app closes. Error handling and edge cases. What if GPS is lost? No network. Battery optimizations. Continuous GPS use drain battery. Consider less frequent updates when the app is in the background or the player isn't moving as much. So that's another thing, keeping track of your steps or having background running. Do you want to have that? That's a feature that some people might want because they want to be able to run it without having it to be on all the time. But the idea is that this is a game that relies on you doing something outside more than just like going for an easy walk. Like, and you can't really, I want to add game features that don't require you to keep stopping. You know, like there's a lot of games that are GPS games, but they require you to keep stopping. And, you know, you have to stop and fight or battle or do whatever, unless you're stopping to do something physical, in which case, you know, then you've got something to work with. I don't know. I haven't decided fully how all of those little things are going to work, or maybe it's just running or biking or whatever. And the idea is that you get, you know, you can collect stuff and do stuff just based on your areas of dominion. And it won't work if your speeds exceed certain speeds. So your average speed has to stay, you know, small. In order for it to register your locations, because that would be goofy if you're able to go in a car and try to conquer areas. And because you're going to get a lot of speed. And also, it's hard to know if you're biking versus if you're running, right? So I'm going to set gaps for like what's realistic. You know, there could be really good runners out there, but even they don't run more than, because you figure if somebody could run 12 miles an hour, I mean, in the neighborhood, running 12 miles an hour. So yeah, somebody can run like a Olympic champion level runner who's not going to play this game. Guarantee it. If they're running at Olympic speeds where they're running 12 miles in an hour, a half marathon can be done in what? I think a half marathon can be done a little over an hour, hour and 10 minutes. At like world champion, the best of the best running levels, you can maybe get a man, the best male can do like an hour and 10 minutes or something like that. Crazy, which isn't even 12 miles an hour. It's like 11 miles an hour. So what I'll probably do is set it like 9 miles an hour. For one, if you're running that fast, you're not playing a game. You are cranking, man. You don't care about that nonsense. Even at 9 miles an hour, you're running pretty freaky fast. But if you're just going to do a sprint around the block, yeah, you could maybe do it. But that's fine. Do a sprint around the block. You can own that dominion, but it's going to be very small and you can make very little income off of it. You can go run a bunch of different little blocks here and there to keep gaining little chunks of dominion, but they don't count as a whole. They count as separates. So like the bigger the radius of your dominion, the more money you can earn. Simply owning a bunch of small areas will earn money for you, but it's not going to be as much as earning. And the idea is like, what can you do with that income? You know, maybe you could, you know, after you're done running, you could decorate the scenery, maybe increase your, you could start building walls around your dominion. Like you get the income from what you've made to start building walls and towers. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. Like it has some audio effects, like you've encountered enemy towers around this location. And it's like they only fire at you if you're currently running on their route. In other words, if you started here and say there's a route that runs right to that point, and you start running and you're running the same route, like you can see the dominion, so you're going to try and beat it. If you start running on that route and they've got tower defenses, they can shoot at you and cause damage, which would lower your average speed for the purposes of the thing. Or maybe it does something like it'll like weaken your route efforts, you know. So you can buy armor for yourself so you can't be so you can resist some of that attacks. Things that will work for you when you're running, or maybe if you run faster, you got a little bit more strength. Or if they're doing damage to you, it reduces the integrity of your route, meaning you would have to run it more times to take control of it. Normally, like the second run will take it. Or if you're running faster, you can maybe take it. But if somebody puts defenses on their thing, faster might not be good enough. You might have to take 2 times that faster, or 3 times, or more if they're really building up a lot of defenses around their location. But they're also, you got to build these dominions and try to earn them and try to put stuff around them. And if the more you can put towers anywhere around it, that kind of thing. But you do it afterwards. Like you earn, you buy, you put defenses up for the areas you've created, and they have to be in some way. You can have circular, but they have to be some kind of complete loop. So if you're going to do it, you have to connect a loop. So if you always start from the same point, that's fine, but you've got to always connect it. So a back and forth could work, but it might be a really skinny loop. Like you'd run like on one side of the street on the way, and on the other side of the street on the way back, and you end up with this really tiny dominion. It might be a 5-mile dominion, but it's only this wide. It's as wide as the street. So somebody could do the same thing and take it from you. Or the bigger the loop that surrounds you. Some of them don't necessarily take. You can only take someone's dominion if you run the exact same route. And otherwise, somebody can preside over your dominion simply by taking bigger dominions that totally encapsulate your area. So you don't have to worry about losing your dominions if somebody's taking a bigger one, but your income might drop. So you might, the first time you have an area, if it's got a radius or an area of, say, a mile, and you get 1,000 income, well, you might have to start paying chunks of that money. So maybe even the minimum is 1,000 income from a tiny spot. But as soon as someone takes it, you have to start paying to their 10,000 income plus another. They're going to get your area plus 100 of what you've been making. Some areas, if they're small enough, might not make enough because anybody who's circles your dominion is going to start taking your money, and you're going to end up with no money. Or maybe every location has a minimum. Okay, that's my detour for today. I'm going to stop this stream, swap back over to Unity, and get that authentication working. So, till then, God bless.